So, you know how you have this feeling that somebody's lying to you? That feeling that someone's being deceitful or they're being sly or conniving. You know, that gut feeling you have about not going to a certain establishment or party or function. When you get in the car with somebody and you ignore that gut feeling and the whole ride, you're feeling sick to your stomach. That feeling is called intuition. And although you don't have any proof of wrongdoing, any proof that this person is being deceitful or that there's something's going to go wrong at this party, deep down inside, you know something's off, something's wrong, and you don't know why. Well, today we're going to address that. Why you should trust your intuition no matter what, and never ignore the signs in your body that tell you you should move differently. What's the difference between intuition and fear? What your intuition is exactly. Now, if you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, hi, welcome. My name is Love Spell, a queen with the pen. And on this channel, I upload a bi-weekly podcast that goes into various subjects like shadow work, toxic behavior, and manifestations. In the meantime, in between time, I also upload videos that go into other subjects like changing your vibration, how to vibe high and stay there. If this seems like something that you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button and ring that bell. We gonna stir up this pot. Y'all ready or not? So what is your intuition exactly? Well, it's your first mind. It's your first initial reaction to any situation. It's that little voice in your head that tells you, no, I don't think you should go. It's that gut feeling that makes you feel queasy and uncomfortable. What it really is scientifically is your mind subconsciously takes every encounter that you have. Like, for example, if you go on a fishing trip and you encounter, what you taste, touch, smell, see, whatever happens during that, your mind logs every single bit of it. Now, consciously, the larger portions of the trip, like the things that you had fun with, the things that you had an emotional reaction to, all of those will get put into the conscious Rolodex, as I would call it. Unconsciously, every single movement, every smell, every scent, anything gets logged into the subconscious portion of your mind. Well, what your mind does, it's quite magical to me, is it, at any reaction, like anytime you encounter anything, your mind automatically and quickly starts to pull from its Rolodex all the experiences that you've had. So imagine that the whole time that you're talking to somebody, your mind in the background is flipping through the Rolodex, seeing which things match up, right? So in the event of you talking to somebody and your mind is doing the Rolodex, then someone says something deceitful, right? In the middle of the conversation. As your mind's going in the background, consciously, your mind hears it, right? But as your mind's going through the background, if it doesn't line up with the Rolodex of the subconscious, then your intuition will immediately kick in and say, beep, 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 that doesn't add up, right? Lying, red alarms, lying. And the thing is I'm making it bigger than it is, but really what it is like your mind will do that softly, gently. It'll say, I think he's lying, or I think she's lying. I don't think that's fully true. This doesn't add up, right? But it doesn't beat into you this. It just kind of suggests it to you during the time. And depending on who you're dealing with, or you might overrun your intuition and say, no, this person's a nice person. Why would they lie? This person doesn't know me. Why would they try to deceive me? This person doesn't have anything to gain. Why would they not tell the truth about the situation? So your logics will try to overdo or excuse what your intuition is ringing an alarm on. But your intuition has way more facts to go by because the mind has such a large Rolodex that it knows without you consciously knowing when something is not adding up. Your intuition, and this is why you should follow it at all costs, because your intuition, remember, I think it was another episode where I talked about your subconscious and how your subconscious is like, the layers of, like, for example, like a glacier. A glacier is this large or whatever on the top surface, which you can see, but underneath it is massive. That is your subconscious. And although you may not know everything that your subconscious does, what your subconscious knows, it gives you little inklings, gives you little suggestions as you go along your life. And when you ignore those, it's when you have those, I should have listened to my first mind moments. It's where you have those, damn, I knew it. Something felt off by this person. You know what I'm saying? Or I knew I shouldn't have went there. Now my car impounded and some more. You know what I'm saying? Or the place got shot up, whatever the case may be. See, I've been through some trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, not listening to that little voice that gives you that quick, something's not adding up. It's not there. It's not on the same path. Not from our Rolodex. It's not, we're not getting it or whatever. When you ignore that, you're ignoring all of the knowledge that your mind has acquired over the years over your lifespan. So in essence, you're ignoring your inner higher self. This is why you should listen to your intuition, no matter the circumstance. It has been scientifically proven that your intuition is right almost all of the time. The only time that it is not right is when it is paired with emotion. So if you're traumatized by some type of event, and then the mind will be hijacked and your intuition will go off. Really, honestly, I don't even think, for me, the way I read it, I would say that it's not your intuition that's going off, it's fear. So, moving into that, how do you know the difference between fear and intuition? Because I've even encountered a lot of people who misconstrue fear for intuition, or live in a case of fear, in a bat of fear, and call it their intuition. There's a saying, it's something spiritualists use quite often, and it's that, your intuition is your gut. God lives in your gut. Fear lives in your heart. God lives in your gut. The devil lives in your heart. Fear will have your chest hurting. It will send your heart palpitating. That's not intuition. Intuition will make you feel sick to your stomach. That's how you know the difference. Now, I mean, generally speaking, if you are not in tune with your body, me saying these things is not going to benefit you or help you in no type of way. So we'll talk about what fear does to you and why it is in your heart. There's something called the amygdala. The amygdala is a form of cells, a group of cells that is found in the base of the brain, like right on the base of your spine. It is responsible, actually, for your fear, your fight or flight mechanism. It actually registers your emotions, reacts to your emotions, and records how you should react to certain things. Now, in our society, we do not encounter a lot of dangerous situations. So here's the thing, that amygdala is very important when you live in your natural habitat. When a hyena is on your ass, you might need your amygdala. But in Los Angeles, California, where I'm from, the only time you need your amygdala is when there's a gangster in the building or a car is barreling towards you at 40 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? There's not too much to fear. Unfortunately, we live in a fear-based society, so our amygdala has been hijacked, and we constitute fear in things that are not physically dangerous. The only time that you should be fearful of anything or have a reaction that invokes fight or flight is when you are physical persons. Your own body is going to be damaged, harmed, or will render you deceased. Anything else that you are in fear of is fake and fictitious. So I'm going to say that again. Because we live in a society where right now, under the circumstances, we are fearing breathing air or standing next to an individual less than 6 feet, or them not having on their mask. And yeah, I don't speak about this much, but that is false fear. It's not realistic because people are not dropping dead on every street corner, falling out of the sky like flies. You hear what I'm saying? So, fear is perpetuated in movies. It's perpetuated in TV. It's perpetuated at social gatherings and religious events. Consistently, you are bombarded by being scared of the world that we live in, that everyone is somehow dangerous in some type of way, that if you do not know all the dangers, that somehow you'll fall victim to them, and that every corner that you hit is a place of death and mayhem. But you leave your house every day, and 90% of the time that does not happen. So when you're a medulla, I did good for a while, didn't I? When your medulla has been hijacked, what happens is that you have this fear-based behavior consistently. And now when you interact with people and that fear comes up, you believe that it's intuition. And you believe that your avoidance is protection from a situation, when actually your avoidance is just not dealing with your fear head on and consistently having a fear-based reaction to everything. So how do you determine the difference and move forward out of fear and be aware of when your intuition is going on? Well, one thing I'll know for sure is that your intuition will never keep pressing you. You can override your intuition at any point, and it doesn't keep going and going and going and telling you and telling you and telling you. That's fear. Once the situation is over, it doesn't bring up the past. Intuition does not go into your past and try to tell you something. That's fear as well. So, 1, it does not continue to hackle you. 2, it does not talk about past events. It only tries to give you a wake up call or a, hey, you shouldn't go in there in the moment. Once you've still walked through the door, then intuition is null and void. It has left the building. And the only thing left is now you might have to fight. Because now you might be walking into somewhere that you might have to deal with the real fear. So remember that intuition is in your gut. God lives in your gut. And fear is in your chest. The devil lives in your heart. All right, so let me give you a disclaimer though. Because I just said the devil lives in your heart. I do not believe in a horned, fictitious creature. I believe in devil energy. And every single person on this planet has the ability to behave in devilish behavior, participate in devilish activity, toxic activity, and devilish, things. So, like I said, God lives in your gut. Devil lives in your heart. Fear is something that chases you down and talks about the past. And the intuition tries to give you a heads up before you walk into a situation. If you can figure those things out and you follow your intuition, I promise you, you will not be steered in any wrong directions. We've stirred up this pot for long enough. Bye for now. Ear sticking out like a little elf. My little fishy. Boom, you up in the picture.